For the first time ever, the Philippine Autocross Championship Series held a nighttime round. And surprise, surprise, a lot of entries showed up, including newbies to what may not be a one-off event. Race Weekend was there to witness the packed experiment. We're here at the Hacienda Designer Outlet for the special leg of the Autocross Championship Series, the first ever night race. Let's go check it out. The 2019 Philippine Autocross Championship Series has had a successful 8-round season, which saw the sport continue to be one of the top drawers among local grassroots racing events. But this year, it has played an encore of sorts, holding one last round, a special nighttime round at Hacienda Designer Outlet parking lot grounds in Silang, Cavite. We talked with PAC's founder Danny Santiago to find out why. We're here with the main man of the Autocross Championship Series, Mr. Danny Santiago. Hi Danny, thank you for joining us.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for being here.
So, Danny, this is a different scenery here, a different environment, a night race. How were you able to pull this off?
It's actually an experiment. So, pag successful siya, we will be adding a night race next year, maybe once or twice. And we'll be trying to get the other side of Hacienda.
I'm sure a lot of people will wondering if this will be a regular thing for the Autocross Championship Series. Will this be an alternate like style, day race, night race, day race, night race?
Something like that, but only maybe 1 or 2 races.
There are new faces here in the Autocross Championship Series night leg. No? Can you tell us, are there any new prospects for you to show the public?
There are a lot of new faces, no? I'm just trying to memorize their names, and they have the nice cars, fast cars.
A lot of viewers are also asking us kung bakit maiksi lang yung Autocross Championship Series. They want to see more. Are you looking to extend the series next year?
We will be trying to make it a 10-race series. Hopefully, the plans work out. But if not, we'll be back to the 8 rounds. But we want sana to make it a 10-round series.
All right. That's the main man, Danny Santiago. The special nighttime Autocross race drew many racing newbies, some from the Super Sprint series with no experience racing at night, others from Rallycross who have raced at night but not on paved surfaces. One newbie who has raced in Super Sprint is Maki Fergante. How did you find racing in Autocross and in a dimly lit parking lot?
First time ko sa Super Sprint, tas yun, parang nag-practice lang ako doon. Pero okay siya. Tas sa PAX, first time ko rin. Tumakbo, parang kinakabahan ako eh. Tas feeling ko hindi ko kakayanin yung track kasi yun nga, madilim.
Also from the Super Sprint is Jobert Go, one of the active motorsports enthusiast members of Grupo Toyota and the Yaris Boys, among other clubs.
First of all, this is a night race. So I think of it's so cool that you could race at night. Other racing series doesn't have a night race. So I think of it is cool. Second, you will think of it as a difficult one because there's no lights in the track. Only 3 of them are open, and then you need to really be careful because if you make a mistake, you'd hit the lights.
Many from Rallycross showed up at the Hacienda Designer Outlet, including the likes of Louis Camacho and John Ray San Diego, who, while veterans of the rally sport and nighttime racing, are classified as novices in Autocross. Race Weekend caught up with John Ray just before one of his runs. How did he find out his stint in Autocross racing in the dark?
Well, nakakatuwa siya kasi kami, sa Philippine Rallycross, medyo sanay din kami sa night race naman. So, nakakatuwa na makita siya dito sa sa tarmac naman sa pavement. Well, para sa newbie na katulad ko sa autocross, di siya madali syempre, pero kumbaga di rin naman siya sobrang complicated pa. So, medyo mas na-enjoy naman yung track.
It wasn't only the guys who showed up for the nighttime race. Dominic Sarmiento also crossed over from slalom to autocross for the nighttime race.
Actually, since bago pa naman po ako, I'm just trying something new. And then parang naninibago pa din ako. So, mas maluwag siya. And then, unlike slalom, talagang wala siyang 360 or 180 na talagang sobra. Since night race siya, during slalom races, talagang nahihirapan ako during night kasi hindi ko na siya makita na maayos. And now, nag-a-adjust ako kasi first night race ko talaga. And buti naman, nakakaya.
After the end of a long night of autocross racing in which many of the regulars appeared alongside the newbies, Cody Nang emerged as the novice overall winner. Kinik De Leon topped the open overall category. Jen Colino was named overall champion. The first ever nighttime autocross can be deemed a success. And if this, as hoped by Danny Santiago, becomes a regular part of the Philippine Autocross Championship Series, there may be many raring to sign up as entries.
Once in a while naman sumasali rin talaga kami dito. Pag libre, ganun. Pag di nakasabay dun sa schedule nung race namin, ganun. Talagang to enjoy lang talaga.
Oo, nagre-ready ako ng race car talaga para buuin ko yung box.
I will continue next year, next season, next series. I'll still continue racing. I would never stop because that's what I love doing. Philippine Autocross and Super Sprint.
That does it for our coverage of the 2019 Autocross Championship Series Special Leg Night Race. Be sure to check us out next week for more Race Weekend. Nighttime rounds have always spiced up many racing series around the world. Even Formula One has them. WRC2, just to name a couple of biggest motorsport series in the world. In the country, the Philippine Autocross Championship Series has been keeping the practice of holding nighttime rounds alive. Next year, we may just see parking lot races at night.